All frucked up, day 47. I know I've toyed with the theory, at least talked about it on the channel about, being high carb, low fat all day long and then have like a ketogenic meal in the evening. Well, today I was calorie counting and I'm like, by nature of the way most calorie counters approach life, they're not concerned about sugar in the absence of fat or, doing like a low carb, high fat approach. It's just all thrown together. It's all mixed macro meals because, in theory, the only thing that counts is the calories. So yeah, I embraced that today. So, a Rockstar Energy, that's pure sugar. There's no fat, there's no protein. But then 2 apple-filled bao buns, there you've got mostly carbs, but I didn't even bother looking at the nutrition label. Like once I had the calories, I didn't look at anything else. So I would anticipate that there's fat there, but being fruit filled, you got a carby exterior, grain-based wrap, bun, whatever. And then you've got the apple pie filling inside. So maybe it was mostly carbohydrate. The ginger ale, that's all carbs. The whiskey that I had, I know Dr. Robert Lustig, for my part, I still think he's on the button when it comes to how fructose is metabolized. Anything beyond that, any discussion beyond that about Dr. Robert Lustig, I've got respect for the guy. He helped me out years ago, and we even exchanged a couple of personal messages, over social media, not in person, nothing like that. But Dr. Robert Lustig talks about how alcohol is metabolized. So, Diet Doctor lists alcohol, at least the whiskey, the distilled spirits, as being, 0 carb, whatever. Yeah, I had like 3 ounces of whiskey. Tortilla chips, they were avocado oil based. They were cooked in avocado oil, at least according to the label, because we can all trust labels, right? So that's high carb and high fat. The sangria soda, that's just sugar. Pepsi, that's just sugar. And then a stuffed crust pizza with, cheese and tomato sauce and meat and veggies. So it's everything, right? It's high carb and high fat. But hey, we're just counting calories here, right? So yeah, that put me just shy of 3,000 calories. It was definitely a mixed macro day, once you consider the tortilla chips and the pizza at the very least. So we'll see what the scale does. I was 268.4 at the end of the afternoon before going out and having the pizza. And then I was 271.0 pounds after I got home. So, if we're going to vet out the calorie counting, let's do it right. Let's mix things up. Let's just throw it all in there. Carbs, fats, you name it. Protein too, right? Because the pizza filling. So anyway, we'll see how the morning weigh-in shakes out. But one way or the other, I'm not disappointed. Hope you had a great day. See ya.